Hello, everyone, and welcome to our last little optional side quest. Because lol, that's random.
Okay.
So yeah, this thing is just get a certain number. You get 5 kills, then the weapon you use changes automatically, and
And
you
it
don't
will
get to choose what it
always
is. So
change into something different.
yes. So
Well,
right now we have the Glove of Doom. Once they kill 5 things, it will change to something else.
will it always change to something you have?
Yes, I think so.
Does it always... does it... Is it infinite ammo?
No, you guys still have ammo. Oh no, I guess it is infinite ammo.
Okay.
I guess it's to make sure you can actually, do it.
Because if it switches to a weapon you don't have any ammo for, and then you can't switch your weapon to something else to get more ammo for it, then I guess that would be kind of bad.
Yeah. Also, unfortunately, these guys are kind of a pain because they're not counting as kills.
What guys don't
that
count
you-
as kills?
The little guys following me, because they're part of the Glove of Doom. They're part of the Glove of Doom, so they don't count as kills for other things.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Not
So
that
then-
big of a deal, but
So then can you, not use them? Can you,
no, you have to use them if it spawns to it because you need to kill with them. It's just they last on screen for a while.
Oh, so you get 5... You get 5 kills with the Glove of Doom, but the Glove of Doom minions are still going around killing things, but it doesn't count. So enemies will just keep spawning until you've killed 5 things with the next weapon.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense. It's also dumb.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little dumb. I agree, but, I guess that just is how it is.
Apart
And we're done.
Apart from the random weapon changing, that was kind of a nothing challenge, though.
A little bit. Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Well,
the
when they
same
give you
enemy.
unlimited ammo, it doesn't matter what weapon you have when you can just spam it.
Well, what I
know?
mean is, it was the same enemy spawning in over and over. So there's not you didn't really have to adjust your strategy at all. Just strafe around and shoot with whatever you were shooting with, and eventually the challenge just ends.
Time for a sniping challenge.
So when they say it was a good time to Zoom, was that like a play on like Zoom calls or what?
I have no idea.
Look, I'm not in charge of weird random Zim voice. Alright? He does whatever the hell he wants, okay?
Eh.
Why did they invite Emperor's minions to the arena fight?
Because they like seeing them get killed.
Good point, well made. No arguments there. It's very
Also-
strange to me to see a sniper in a game like this. I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
like one of the classic kind of shooter weapons, so it makes sense. But in games that feel as fast-paced as this, and Doom as well, I remember thinking it was really weird to have like the precision weapon in Doom, Doom 2016, when we did that game as well, because it just seems so
Well, when you
antithetical to the game's vibe,
when you can mix a precision weapon like a sniper scope rifle with fast-paced gameplay, the resulting stop and go can be very satisfying. But it also just allows for different play styles and different approaches to the game. Because it isn't just Ratchet and Clank that does this, and it isn't just Doom that does this. You can
yeah,
see
lots of games have
Yeah.
have snipers and other stuff like that.
No.
Almost every shooter has one for a reason.
what I'm talking about is that lots of games mix and match the different pacing styles that come with those weapon types, It's just something that you can see more directly at play, and again, Mass Effect, which divides everything up into different classes, so you get a very distinct feeling of there being different play styles based on what weapon type your class specializes in. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
But, like, being able to mix and match those styles on the fly can be very satisfying, too. And I think Ratchet and Clank is a good game for that because, like, the variety of weapon styles and the variety of different encounter types that you can potentially run into is a lot of what gives it its gameplay variety. Ugh. I'm trying to formulate a point when I'm drowsy. I should probably not do that. Let's just go back to talking about random shit.
I mean, this is a random shit part, so...
Yeah.
Although you will get to see the Rhino. Because this challenge gets us the spy bot for it.
Ah, yes. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Rhino looks like in this game, actually.
Does it always look different in every game?
Most of the time it does, although they kind of just reused a different... They reused an old Rhino for the remake.
Well, I mean, that at least makes sense because it's a remake of the original game.
Yeah, but
So-
they didn't reuse the original game's Rhino. They reused the tools of
Okay,
destruction.
well then what's the point? What's the point?
They reused the tools of destruction Rhino. So
Okay, never mind. Point redacted.
it was a bit weird. But like in the old games at least, it was there was a different model of Rhino every game, so it was like the Rhino was getting better over time. The original game's Rhino, though, had this like really squarish sort of old school style rocket launcher look to it. Like the kind of rocket launcher you'd use at the end of Resident Evil 1. That kind of look.
And that's kind of what I imagine when I think of like the big super de-duper screw you kind of weapon, you know?
Yeah.
Like
On the other hand, the Tools of Destruction Rhino is like this really sleek, sort of sharp edges kind of laser cannon, I suppose.
well, that also sounds cool.
No, the Tools of Destruction Rhino is a very cool Rhino design, don't get me wrong. It was just a little awkward that they chose to do it that way in the remake, which also had trading cards that showed off the different designs of Rhino throughout the series. So you had direct acknowledgement in the game that the original Rhino did not look like this. You know? I think they just reused the Tools of Destruction Rhino because they already had, like, next-generation assets for it from the PS3 games, so...
That makes the most sense to me. Especially, like, when they want to, I feel like that game was made under a larger time crunch than...
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly feels like it in places. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know why they felt like they needed to rush that game.
Movie.
Well, the movie, yeah. So, but especially in hindsight, you know, it just kind of makes you wish that they when the movie ended up like not being a thing at all, it makes you wish that they just took their time and made the game as good as possible. You know?
Yeah. The movie, I mean, of the movie and the game, I would say that the game is definitely the most worth experiencing of the two. Simply because, like, you know, even when it's a bit subpar, Ratchet and Clank is a fun time.
Yeah.
I mean...
All right, time to get our Rhino.
Oh, yes, it's time. Oh! The Rhino 8. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not really sure what it is.
It opens up a vortex that drops shit on your opponents. Starships.
Yeah.
This is the reference gun because, like, I think one of the vehicles from the Jack games can fall through it. I think Nathan Drake's Jeep can fall through it.
So just like random Sony things can...
Yeah, random vehicles from Sony games.
Okay.
You can also level it up.
It's also, like, thematically appropriate to the game because, well, it's basically the reverse Dimensionator. Instead
that
of
is
sucking...
also true. Like you suck things from other dimensions and put it into yours.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty funny.
All right, time to use it on the last arena challenge. soon as we can walk over there because it takes away all your shit. All right, it is a tag team match between the two main recurring boss type monsters.
Oh, wonderful.
God, you can really
Rhino.
hear Zim's voice once you bring it up, and it just never goes away.
It's just Zim.
He did try more than destroy all humans, though. I'll give him that. He gets like a half a point for effort, but
I noticed that you are conspicuously not using the Rhino. Is there a reason for that?
I think I want to get more experience. I think I'm not sure exactly what my thought process was. Never mind.
Does the Rhino need upgrades like the other weapons?
It does, yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
At the same time, it's the Rhino.
I think I'm using all my other heavier stuff just to whittle it down first.
And we are rolling with the Peacemaker. Okay.
Yep. John Cena.
And for the Rhino, I assume like the big thing about it is that you don't have a lot of ammo for it. Like you can only do like one shot at a time.
I think there's only 5 shots for it, and you really I think the only way to get more ammo for it is to just buy it at the store.
Oh, okay. So
it won't drop in crates, I think.
It won't drop in crates. Okay, so that I think is a good way to balance a weapon like this. Like once you unlock all of like the infinite cheat codes and whatnot, then having an ultimate weapon to just screw around with is fun. But if you are attempting to have a like screw you kind of kill everything kind of weapon, there usually does need to be a balance system in place, because otherwise then it becomes like the
use
phase
it
on
nothing
mode
else weapon. Yeah.
in Metroid Prime 3. Fun fact, Metroid Prime 3, when you're like me and you forget that the phase on mode even exists, is actually a fairly difficult game. When you don't forget that the phase on mode exists, it's easy. It's very easy.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Like when I played that game for the first time, I kept forgetting that there was a phase on mode. I just would never remember. And then when I played it again, I used it more, and I was like, oh yeah, right. Like this mode's broken.
Now we're gonna use the Rhino.
I mean, you definitely need to be able to.
And kaboom!
Oh.
How much % of damage did that do?
I think that did 10. Oh, it did like 16. It's already leveled up.
And what's the max level for weapons in this
5.
game? 5. Okay.
By the time you get it, there's no way you're only gonna get it up to like level 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Just dropping shit on it. I mean, I suppose you could just grind arena challenges and level it up, but at that point, you just get to the end of the game.
I hate grinding before the final boss. I'm not a big fan of grinding in any game, to be honest. Okay, let me restate that. I'm not a big fan of required grinding in any game. If the game is like about the grind in like a Diablo or an MMO kind of sense, then that's one thing. Or if it's like a post-game thing you just enjoy doing because you enjoy the gameplay, that's fine. But nothing kills the mood more in like an RPG than when you get to the final boss, get your ass kicked, and the only recommended strategy for beating it is, oh, you need to be another 5 levels above where you are right now. Go run in circles outside the final dungeon, and then go back through it again, and then you might be able to win. Screw that.
Hi, Octopath.
Oh, no. I'm gonna stop myself because we're past the end of the part. But